Hello there and welcome along to Sightsavers See the Miracle, live from Malawi in Africa. We're all really excited to be here today for the first ever live broadcast from a hospital in Malawi, Africa. So today we're going to be witnessing a cataract surgery, and for the patients, the cataract surgery is like a miracle because not only do they get their sight back, but they regain their confidence, their independence, their ability to go back to work, and even something so simple as being able to see their family. So today we have Winesi March, who is going to be receiving the cataract surgery right now today. Winesi is currently completely blind due to bilateral cataracts. He's had them for quite a long time, and it's meant that he's been blind for more than 2 years now. He has them in both eyes. So the cataract is when the lens in the eye gets too cloudy for the person to see, and it starts off and progresses, and if left untreated, will leave the patient completely blind, like Winesi is today. So we're going to be following Winesi's journey from blindness, as he is today, through to him having his sight restored. Today we're going to be witnessing the first of 1 million miracles that Sightsavers is set to deliver over the next few years, all thanks to your help and support. So cataracts in Malawi are responsible for more than 50% of all blindness in the country, but it doesn't have to be that way. The operation we witnessed today costs only £30 and takes only 6 or 7 minutes. So it really is a simple one. Dr. Gerard Masukwa $15 million, that is not many. Comparing it to the UK, where there's a population of around 70 million, but we have over 3,000 eye surgeons that can perform this operation. So you might notice that everyone behind me is wearing a mask. That is for hygiene reasons, as this is a very sterile area. I will not be going too near the sterile area, so I don't have to be wearing a mask. This broadcast is not squeamish, so don't worry, it's suitable for anyone to watch, and we encourage you to do so. You can also interact with this broadcast as it is live, it is happening right now, and all the social media channels that you can interact on, you can do so with #SeeTheMiracle, so do please get involved. You can also donate either through text by texting the word miracle to 70800. That's only if you're in the UK, and that will donate £5. But you can also donate anywhere that you are in the world by going to the website, which is millionmiracles.org. I'd now like to introduce you to Mada Nyangulu, who is an ophthalmic clinical officer here in Malawi. So Sightsavers sponsored Mada's training to get him to where he is today. So Mada, I understand that you do a lot of outreach work and that you also work in Malawi District Hospital. So tell us why outreach work is so important.
Well, outreach work is very important in my daily activities. Actually, it is a service that brings eye care right there to the homes of the people. These people live very far from the hospital. We talk of kilometers, like a distance like maybe 25 kilometers. For them to walk on foot to the hospital is very challenging. So I normally use my motorbike, which helps me to take me to these areas. I do travel through dirty and bumpy roads so that I deliver the eye care services there. And actually, Winesi here is a very good example. I met him through the outreach clinics. It's very tough and hard for you to travel to his home. You can't reach there on a motor vehicle. You definitely have to board off the vehicle and then walk for more than 1 kilometer. Midway, you also meet a very big river there where you have to take off your shoes and wade across the river so that you reach Winesi's home. So it's really challenging for these people to get eye care services unless the outreach services are always there.
Great, thank you. So we went with you, Mada, to visit Winesi a few weeks ago. So let's take a look at what happened.
An ophthalmic clinical officer has got a huge responsibility. My duty is to deliver services in terms of clinical treatment right there at the hospital, and also go out there, do outreach clinics. I'm talking about people who are in hard-to-reach areas, who need my services.
Intezi na ndito kukumba zoibi nanga anga kugwitse ntchito ngati pachipanda akazanga lakhala palibe kulibe kumene ndingayende chifukwa kuyenda nkuona njira, kuyenda kuja kuti ndikapita pakuti paja mpokumbika paja pakuti ndimangokhala ngati kuti ndizungulira apa kumakhala ngati munthuwe sindikufuna kuyenda malo motopa kumakangogona pamphasa ngati munthu kuti ulibe mphamvu chifukwa chosaona ndimangozungulira mkhonde.
Well, Mr. Winesi here has got mature cataract profile, so we'd like you to undergo cataract surgery, which is done by Dr. Gerard here.
Well, ideally we see the patients right in this room, but now we have a blackout and this place is not covered with a generator. So we have to go to somewhere where there's a generator near theatre.
Sightsavers has been instrumental in delivery of eye care services in Malawi. Most of the hospitals that we have today have been sponsored by Sightsavers. They are also supporting in surgeries that we run and all the community sensitization that we do. So the Sightsavers are very vital in delivery of eye care in Malawi, not only in Mwanza, but in Malawi.
So I believe the team here is all ready to go and start the operation. So I'm going to hand things over to Dr. Masukwa. So Dr. Masukwa, would you like to just introduce the surgery and just tell us briefly what you're about to do?
Thanks, Doug. Basically, we're doing cataract surgery, and this type is called 6, meaning small incision cataract surgery. Takes about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll go slow because we're doing it right. And it's very simple, very cheap as well, because the average cost is about £30. And by the end of it, it's on this side.
Fantastic. So do you please begin?
Yeah. We just as you have when you were preparing, we are also preparing here. So
okay.
The beds are ready now.
Great.
So the first thing is you have your patient prepared, and then for you to get to where the cataract is, you have to go through 2 layers of the eye. So what I'm doing now is just trying to get to where my cataract is, through 2 layers of the eye. So this will take a few minutes, a couple of minutes for us to get there.
So because the cataract is on the lens of the eye, and that's buried under 2 layers of the outer eye, Dr. Masukwa will make an incision of a really small one, only about 4 or 5 millimeters, so that he can get his tools in there and he can literally pull the cataract out. And we will see that happening, although it won't be too squeamish, I assure you. So you've now made the incision?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Almost there. We have done the incision on 1 layer.
Okay.
Make sure the case is dry. And then now we're going to go through the incision on the other layer. Okay, so once you do that, you split the second layer so that you are able to go inside the eye itself.
So we'll let Dr. Masukwa get on with the operation. Do please let us know when you're about to pull out the cataract, which won't be too far away. But now we're going to head over to some questions, because the questions have been flooding in through all the social channels. I believe we have some questions lined up from Google+. And don't forget, you can keep donating as well. If you're in the UK, it is texting the word miracle to 70800, or anywhere in the world, you can donate by going on to millionmiracles.org. And remember that UK taxpayers, the UK government, will match pound for pound every donation that you make. So that is really fantastic. So now for our first question from Google+.
Hi, I hope you can hear me okay. My question.
We can hear you. Do please go ahead.
My question is, how do you deal with the aftercare? Obviously, the lack of facilities and supplies, and people being in very rural communities. How do you deal with that sort of post-operative care that they need after the surgery is finished?
Okay, so Dr. Masukwa, Mary from Google Plus would like to know, given that in some of the hospitals that you go to, there's a serious lack of supplies or facilities, so how do you deal with the aftercare and ensuring that there's no risk of infection after the operation?
Okay, thanks, Mary. Basically, before we even plan to go to a district, we have to make sure everything is in order. So first of all, we have to prepare that after we operate the patients, we have enough supplies to give to the patients. And right in the districts, usually we have a trained clinical officer who looks after the aftercare of the patient once we have operated. So we don't just operate and run away. There's somebody who looks after those patients.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think we have another question from Google Plus. Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Paula speaking.
Hello.
Now, the medical officer, can you hear me?
Yes, please continue.
The ophthalmic clinical officer mentioned that he has Mwanza as well as the hospital has received support from Sightsavers. It would be interesting to know how that has improved the quality and the delivery of cataract services, and also if Gerald has a message for a long-term supporter, what would you like to say to him?
Okay, so we'll ask Dr. Gerald. Dr. Gerald, the question was from Kola on Google+. Yeah. Essentially, how does the support that Sightsavers has given, how has it helped to provide and improve the eye health services here in Malawi?
Basically, Sightsavers does supplement what the government does in terms of eye care. Basically, have been involved in dealing with training the patients, identifying them, equipment, and things like drugs. So, for as far as I can remember, Sightsavers has been a partner for the government for a long time, and they have done quite a wonderful job.
That's fantastic.
And that, the lens is out. So
I can see it there.
So this is the lens, or part of the lens, which was blocking the patient's view. As you can see, it's a very old, thick lens. You can't see through that because it's almost like a stone. And basically, we'll remove that one. We'll clean the eye, put a new lens in, and tomorrow we should be able to see.
That's fantastic. So now that you've taken the old lens out, which as you could hopefully see there was really cloudy and you literally could not see through it at all. So the new lens will be going in, and the bandage will be going on, and hopefully tomorrow, when the bandage is taken off, Mr. Winnes here will be able to see again, which is fantastic. So they're just cleaning the eye just to make sure that all the cataract is completely gone, because if there's any little particles left in there, it can lead to further complications later down the line and could cause blindness again, which we do not want. So they have to thoroughly clean the eye there, just using a simple salt water solution. I believe that's right?
Yeah, it's almost like a saline solution.
Saline solution.
Special solution. Yeah, we've done the cleaning, getting ready to implant another lens, so we're just making sure the eye is well formed and comfortable. So I'll show you the new lens. It's a simple, made really from some plastic foam materials. So this is a fixed lens, pretty efficient, pretty cheap. Cost about, we get them for about £15 when they land on the counter. If you can see from there, it's a clear glass. So this is better than Mr. Winnes' old lens, which was blocking him. So I have to make sure it goes exactly where the old lens was, because if you don't place it in the right position, you are in trouble, because he won't be seeing very well.
And so there was just two little metal springs there, is that right? Just to ensure that the lens stays in the exact right position.
They're the ones which hold your lens. So make sure they are implanted nicely. As you can see all the time, make sure the lens is the cornea is nice and.
That's great. I think we just have time for a quick Twitter question. So the comments have still been coming in using the hashtag #SeeTheMiracle, and I believe @ThinlySpread has asked, so there's very few eye surgeons here in Malawi, and you're only one of 8. So how many hospitals do you generally work at, and how far do you have to go for these operations?
At the moment, we're looking after 7 hospitals, district hospitals. The farthest from here is about 300 kilometers But mind you, the patients come further than that because they also come from the villages, which some of them are almost 100 kilometers from where we go.
So people come a long way and you go a long way to meet them.
Exactly.
So how are you getting on there? Is the new lens in?
Almost done. Yeah, the lens is in. Almost done. I'm just making sure the lens is nicely placed. It's already in place.
So obviously we're only doing the operation on one of Winesi's eyes today, and he has cataracts in the other one. So when will you expect to do that operation, do you think?
Yeah, well, we'll do the other one. I think we agreed with my dad that he will have it done on the 24th, 22nd of this month.
So not far away?
It's not far. So we hope we'll be happy. Okay, we're done.
We're done.
So next is give an injection, just to make sure he doesn't get an infection.
Fantastic. So you can see just how simple that was. It literally took about 6-7 minutes there, and the operation is done. So just the final little clear up now. The injection goes in to make sure that there's no infection. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it does. Oh, that's done.
And then, fantastic.
So close that.
Brilliant. And then the bandage goes on, and it stays on until tomorrow, when we will see the bandage removed, and hopefully Winesi here will get his sight back, which will be absolutely fantastic. So I'll just let Dr. Mr. here, and then he'll join us for a final few questions. Remember, you can help just by simply donating, and to do that, all you need to do is, if you're in the UK, text the word miracle to 70800, and that will donate £5, or if you're a UK taxpayer, that will be matched by the government, so effectively you're supporting by helping with £10 instead of £5. And anyone in the world can also donate by going to the website at millionmiracles.org. So we do really appreciate your help. So now, Dr. Masukra is all done. So do please come and join me. How do you think that went?
Very well.
Yes?
Yeah. I hope tomorrow Mr. Winesi will start seeing.
Fantastic.
The whole healing process takes about 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. But by that time, we're talking about healing. But by tomorrow, he should have his sight, most of his sight back.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what impact is that going to have on Winesi's life?
I think it's a total change. We're giving him full independence now. We're taking him off from being led by somebody to being a total new person who can work and do whatever he wants.
Thank you. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Masukra. So thank you guys at home for watching and taking part in this broadcast. You can continue to support us and help and interact by using the hashtag #SeeTheMiracle on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and everywhere, as we do want to hear from you. And you can submit questions for tomorrow, as we will be back tomorrow at the same time. So do please come back, as Winesi here is going to have the bandage taken off, and hopefully, fingers crossed, his sight is going to be restored. So do make sure you come back for that. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.